We do a little trolling. It's called a little trolling. So, anyways, welcome to the Parry podcast, and uh, I'm sorry, I'm not. I don't know. I'm just kind of weirded out for some reason. Like, I guess because I'm not
I'm getting
proper
an
set up.
echo. Hold on, Perry. I'm gonna deafen myself while whatever you're talking about happens,
The
or
podcast is
just
live
we can
now,
talk.
by the way.
Oh my God! What?
We got Mega Simp's first comment, and then
This is
Mega
okay.
Nerd. Mega Nerd's
Do,
first
do
comment.
I
Mega
have to
Simp
keep
is
watching? Do I
second
have?
comment.
Oh Jesus Christ! Do I have to keep watching Perry?
No. Okay. So
Okay, I
let's
stop.
let's pretend
Why am
we
I hearing my own voice to stop the stream?
get the
No.
voices out of my head. Ah.
What are you doing, Perry? Perry, what are you doing to me? No. So anyway, Perry,
Okay.
have I seen what I need to see? I don't know what you were trying to get me to see.
I
You're
don't,
making me go crazy, Perry.
I don't think you did if you didn't see it. Okay. So anyways, let's just pretend we just
What are you? Jesus Christ, what is happening?
let's just pretend let's just pretend we're starting the podcast now. So
Oh,
anyways,
why is there an
welcome to
echo?
the
Pussy! Pussy!
You just left. Yeah. Anyways, let's actually get back on topic. So, I,
I figured out the problem.
well,
I figured out the problem. There were three going at once. It was you. I had it open in Discord, which I didn't realize I started the video there. So I was going to Google and trying to figure out why was Google not. Why was when I paused the Google YouTube video, why was it not stopping? But it turns out yeah, I had it
yeah. So let's just
yeah.
start off the podcast like nothing happened. I probably maybe just even like cut this first part out. So, hello,
So let's start again.
yeah, hello everyone. Pretend we did not actually start like a minute ago, and we actually started
That
now.
was a mess. I was going crazy.
But yeah,
Okay, continue.
pretend Mingus wasn't having an existential crisis. But hello guys, Pale here, Mingus here, Mingus 247.
I'm also here. Hello, everyone.
And today we'll be talking about traveling, vacationing, and road trips.
Stepping outside of your house.
Yeah, basically. So
Yeah.
yeah. First up, I don't think Mingus saw exactly what I wanted to show him at the beginning. So
Oh, I know. I did see. I
Okay.
stopped watching, but it turns out I saw that in the second of the three things that I was watching at once.
yeah,
Listening to, rather. I did see that. It was just pure chance that I saw it because I wasn't paying much attention.
yeah.
I was just trying to figure out what was happening.
Yeah, Megasim says he hasn't been out. It's outside in a year. I've been on vacation recently, so this is kind of why I've been on travel, as well as Mingus has been on vacation recently. And
I have
would you
been on
mind
vacation recently.
to explain that?
Disclosing. Well, you may have noticed last podcast.
Well, not last podcast, the 40th
La-
podcast. Last podcast was Sludge Life pre-recorded podcast at Volleybub.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. I'm sorry, in Minecraft, I'm trying to get my stuff back right now, so I have to do it while I remember where to go. But I have been in Alaska for the past 2 weeks-ish. I am now home, but I was in Alaska for
Yeah,
a while, and it was amazing.
he's lying. He's still in Alaska. Don't believe his lies.
I'm still in Alaska. I'm an Alaskan now. I'm a native.
Yeah, he's living in the iceberg on top of the oil supply in Alaska. The oil
I
pipeline.
am. The Oreo pipeline, that's what it is.
No, the oil
You're saying
pipeline.
oil. I thought you were saying Oreo. I knew about the oil pipeline. I just thought you were saying Oreo for the sake of saying Oreo. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The work is like, Mingus 251, get off the pipeline. And you're like, no. I was like, please.
No,
please,
I live up here. There were actually signs all over it that says, "Please do not climb on the pipeline,"
Yeah.
because we drove down a highway that was
Yeah,
pipe.
I think someone I came across, I was going on a normal stroll outside my house, and I ended up in like North Alaska, and I went by on a
Oh yeah,
stroll,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
saw about like where you live. It was like beware of the Mingus.
yeah. Of course, I was dangerous. Hope I didn't die and lose all my stuff.
Yeah, in
But
Alaska and in Minecraft.
I hope I didn't die and lose all my Alaska stuff, all my hip new Alaska stuff.
Yeah, so but since we're talking about Minecraft, well, you're talking about Minecraft because you're playing Minecraft on a podcast. I kind of want to mention
Mhm.
this thing because it technically is travel, but it's in a Minecraft server. So I joined this Minecraft server. It's not ours. We had it. I guess should we explain
We
how we
tried.
tried to make a Minecraft
We
server?
tried, and then we just nothing was working, so we stopped
Yeah,
trying, and yeah, there we
I was gonna
yeah.
build a super underground city in that, and Mingus is just gonna build a house.
I was planning on building a really nice house.
Yeah,
Darn it, I lost my diamond sword. So upset right now.
yeah. So,
But I got
anyways, uh, in this Minecraft server, there's this like highway that goes. I think goes either south or east. It goes east. It keeps on going east,
mhm.
and then it was interesting, you came across these like things, and this isn't something you find in like normal single player Minecraft. You came across bases. You came across little stops made by people. You come across like some ruins, I guess. You come across these markers of how far you reach, like 10K, 20K. And I remember about like I think like 33K or 32K, I reached to like the end, and then I started extending it. But then I didn't play on the server for a while because it was kind of laggy. So then someone else ended up extending it to way long, and then yeah,
Mhm.
now I've and then it stopped,
Anyway,
and then I've
anyway,
and then I and
people are bored right now.
this is my
People are
podcast.
bored.
This is my podcast.
Stop making people bored. Perry,
I
you're
am not
boring.
making people bored. We got one more person.
With all due respect, people are bored. I'm sorry, I love you.
Okay. Let me say this one more thing though. I'm almost done. So
You're almost done.
I'm building just a little town right now, just kind of outside the highway, because it's a nice valley place, and I might even stream myself building that town one day, because I've actually found out how to. I have to use display capture though, called Minecraft Java.
You're
So
gonna
yeah,
have to tell me how, because I couldn't figure it out. Continue.
yeah. So yeah, so Mr. Mingus, would you like to explain your Alaska travels? Because apparently it's more entertaining than my travels in a game.
It's way more entertaining because, first of all, it's real. And second of all, it's Alaska. And third of all, well, my grandparents were there and they're the most exciting people I've ever met.
Well, besides the grandparents, have you were you able to build like a small town in this valley? No, you weren't. You couldn't. You
Yes, I did. I founded a town. Did you know in Alaska that 99.76% of the land is owned by the government? So it's almost impossible to get land in
Yeah.
Alaska.
Meganote says no cursing. I agree with that. I'm not sure who was cursing. Most likely
I
not
wasn't
me.
cursing. I didn't curse. I've been paying attention to that.
Yeah.
I've been at camp all day with kids. I work with kids. I know not to curse.
Yeah.
I just don't think about it when I'm with Perry because Perry's my friend. I love you, Perry. Wow.
You're welcome. So, anyways, let's stop with the drama. This is the Perry podcast drama
This is a serious. We should have a drama podcast. Can we have a drama podcast?
I don't like to get into drama. It's kind of one of the reasons why we don't talk about politics as well as other drama. Like, I'm in the server with other YouTubers and the other commentary YouTubers, and I know this isn't about travel, but I don't care. It's my podcast.
Stop! You're not allowed! You're not allowed! Perry! Stop! You're not allowed! Hey!
Can't get at the host.
Perry, I'm going to kick you out of this. Not only the podcast, but you're out of the Discord server. We're recording it. Your YouTube channel's mine. I'm claiming it. Yeah.
Unless I claim mines before you do. I claim
What?
mines.
Huh? 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 Huh?
Okay, but yeah, anyways. Let me just continue my thing on the commentary thing. So, like, I'm in this server with these other YouTubers. It's not the Team Swagger server. It's just this other server with other YouTubers. And then there's, like, a lot of commentary YouTubers. And I'm
Is it the
labeled as
one that died
commentary.
after? Wait, hold on. Is this the one that died after being open for a day, or is it one I'm not in?
It's one that died.
Oh, so the one I'm in.
Yeah.
Correct, Mundo?
C. And,
Okay.
like, what they do is, like, they do commentary on drama and stuff. And I got the commentary tag, yet I don't really do drama. I talk about travel. I sometimes just use a voice changer to make myself sound like Pico from Friday Night Funk, and I made a podcast out of that.
I'm sorry. Did you just say Pico from Friday Night Funkin'? The
Yeah.
mods have become canon in your head.
Yeah, it's not even a mod. That's in the game. That's in the main game.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Oh shoot, you're right. Apparently, I haven't been good about cursing. I have around kids. You're just not a kid.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think the Mega Nerd would probably ask you to look out your window.
He's right there. The Mega Nerd is outside my window.
He's watching the podcast at the same time.
He's watching the podcast live outside my window, watching me record.
So yeah, anyways, want to go back on the idea of the topic of traveling in Alaska?
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to tell some Alaska stories?
Yes, please.
Okay.
But first off, let's talk about our sponsor. So we're sponsored by the Alaskan Oil Company. If you didn't know, that's our time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a fake ad read, real ad read right now.
This podcast isn't solely to try to get Mingus out of us to stop living on the oil pipeline. On this, like, yeah, this is definitely not it. That's not what this podcast is for. So, anyways, yeah, you can continue with your Alaska stories.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I was gonna do an ad read because I thought it would be funny. Well, so today our sponsor, and we have to announce it legally, is the Alaskan Oil Pipeline, which, if you did not know, was constructed in the 1970s through the 1980s, and is I don't know, it has to be at least 2,000 mile long pipeline. I'm gonna Google it, and I'm gonna be totally wrong.
It's at least 2 feet. That's right now.
It's at least 2 feet. But it runs from the very top of Alaska down to Anchorage, I think.
And Anchorage is like this, I think, port city, or at least it's in the south. It's near the coast.
It is a port city. It's on the coast.
Yeah.
It's like right above, in the crevice between the Kenai Peninsula and just the...
Yeah, not the coast and like along the Arctic
Canada.
Ocean. I don't think anyone would just have a big port there.
There are some decently sized ports up there, I think. But is the Alaskan Pipeline.
Yeah.
It is not even 1,000 miles. I was wrong. It just takes 12 days to get across it. Get from one end to the other because it's awful roads that will do their best to kill you.
Yeah.
But it is 800.3 miles long.
800. That's longer than like a walk from here to school.
No.
It's long.
Not according to my grandparents, actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your grandparents live in Alaska, though, so maybe for them it was
They do. They walk from Alaska to New York every day for work.
Yeah.
Their daily walk to work.
They legally pass Canada twice every day. Well, 4 times every day, trying to go back.
This is not a good ad read, Parry. I need to step up. So, the Alaskan oil pipeline, the Trans-Alaskan Pipeline System, as it is called. Does it go to Anchorage? I'm looking at the map.
He's looking.
No, it goes a couple miles a couple miles east of Anchorage, but still. So they are here to help. Have you ever wanted to transport millions upon millions of gallons of oil every single minute of every single day across an entire U.S. state.
Yeah.
The biggest U.S. state, in fact.
Yeah.
I know. It's a common American desire, is it not? Well,
It's like
Alaskan
it's the
Trans-Alaskan
American dream, you
Pipeline
know.
System. Yeah, Trans-Alaskan Pipeline System is here to help. They have once successfully built a pipeline system that goes from the very north of Alaska. And let me just see. It doesn't say. I'm sorry.
Bless you.
Um, oil from Prude Horse Bay, northern Alaska, to the harbor at Valdez, which is just over 800 miles south, which is a long pipeline. And anyway, I'm going to stop telling the ad read because it's not funny anymore, and I did it wrong and ruined the joke.
Yeah, we need to
But
continue with the Alaska stories.
yeah, so I was driving up
Wait,
one of the
more
worst
thing,
highways.
I'm sorry, but I
Yeah.
just need to clear because we're not actually sponsored by Alaska Time. Do not come after us do not come after me for any legal reasons.
Please, Trans-Alaskan Pipeline, do not sue us. Please. I mean,
We get
they're actually
this,
out there watching the Parry
this
podcast.
podcast gets
If you're watching the
strike by the Alaskan Oil Pipeline.
Please, Trans-Alaskan Pipeline, if you're watching this, which we know you are,
Yeah.
get some big executive at the company is just like, man, I love this small channel by a guy about
Yeah,
Perry, you're
he's one of
15,
the
right?
full,
No, you're 16
he's
now.
one of the full views, you know? The full
He's
people
one of
that's
the
watching
four viewers. I'm gonna see who built it, and then I'm gonna Google who the head of the message is.
Let's do it later. I think you should start with your Alaska
Okay.
stories.
I will. So I was one of days. We're staying at a natural hot springs resort thing. I'm gonna stop playing Minecraft because, yeah. So we were staying at a natural hot springs resort place. Correct. It was amazing.
No, you're not
It was
correct.
very relaxing.
You're not correct.
I loved it.
Sorry, but you're not correct.
What'd you say?
You're not correct at all.
Jordan is calling me. I'm gonna tell him I was on Parry podcast. But
What if?
yes.
I'm sorry
So
for going
we're
off topic once again, but what if the podcast had like this call thing you kind of see in radios and other TV shows? Like someone can just call in and say, "Hey."
yeah, through two phones. But so the second day we were at this resort because we drove in a big loop. I can probably draw it out on a map here quick if you give me, while I talk. But we were driving up. The second day we were at the hot springs. We drove up, and since we had the whole day free, which is like not gonna happen, my grandmother, who's with us, she stayed in the car. Not in the car. That would have been boring. She she stayed at the resort and she got a massage and she enjoyed the hot springs. And me and my grandpa, we drove up all the way up to the Arctic Circle, which was a 5-hour drive there and a 5-hour drive back.
So like to
So
the
wait,
Arctic
I'm gonna
coast or
get-
just into the Arctic Circle? Because there's like
Arctic Circle, which
Oh.
is yeah. I'm gonna find a map of Alaska and just draw on it. No, that doesn't have place names. I'm not gonna be able to keep track of that. Okay. 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 So yeah, that was a insane trip. When we got to it was really flat. Like I was in Alaskan tundra. Of course, it was flat. It was really weird. There was just brush everywhere. I went for a hike on the way back, which I expected to break through the brush and be in like flat meadows with just plants up to like my knees, but no, it was like plants which weren't trees because it's a tundra up to like my head the whole time, which was a pain in the bottom to get through.
and you still somehow
And-
managed to live there, you know, on the pipeline.
I still managed to live on the pipeline, but anyway, that's where we saw the pipeline because we drove along with it the whole time because the highway we were on, which is called the Dalton Highway, which is the highway that goes from like Fairbanks, a little north of Fairbanks, up to I think the town is called Dead Horse, which is also on the northern coast. But I'm going to draw a map real quick. If you wouldn't mind, you should talk for a bit while I do this because I'm gonna get distracted.
Yeah. I think I'll talk about my time in Boston because I've also been on vacation in Boston. So, last week on Sunday, yes, I went to Boston. It's not too long of a drive. It's like 4 hours to get to
Yeah, something
Boston.
like that.
And it wasn't really Boston in like the metro. It was more like Cape Cod, which is like this beach area. And on the beaches, you can pretty much see the Atlantic Ocean. And if you swim far across enough, then you can reach to what I call the United Kingdom of Cringe Britain and Cringio Ireland. But
Irish.
yeah, but them talking about Cringe Britain made me just lose my track of thought. I should. Even talking about it is bad. I cannot talk about it. But anyways, yeah. So what I specifically recall, I think this is the highlight of the trip. But like in the hotel we stayed in, we had breakfast there, right? And then um, there was this like pancake machine maker. It made pancakes on its own. You could like watch the process. It took like 1 minute per pancake, and it was like soft pancakes, and they tasted good. I think I might steal the machine. I might just go specifically back to that hotel, steal the machine, and sneakily, of course, I'm just gonna tiptoe in there like in broad daylight, and then sneakily take it out, sneakily put it in my 1994 Chevy SUV, sneakily drive back, and then sneakily put it in my house, and that's how I would get the pancake machine maker. Pancake maker machine, because it's not making the machine to the pancake. It was just probably it's probably made in the
I was not
factories.
paying attention to any of this, but I made the map of where I went.
Okay.
So I will send that to the lobby, and Perry, you can put that on the podcast if
Yeah,
you
it's gonna
want.
take me 6 years.
It's a little bit of a mess, but I went to all the places where the red line is. It's a little bit of a mess down by Anchorage and Seward because, yeah.
Okay. Save image as gay balls. I mean Alaska. It's
Why
not
would you do that? Why would you do that? What earthly reason would you have for doing that?
typo.
Okay. So what's confusing about this? I'm just looking at the map. There's a Seward Peninsula, and then there's Seward, the city of Seward, which is on the Kenai Peninsula.
Seward sounds like the name of like the funny character in like a show. You know, like you got the comic relief character.
That's true.
Not again, Seward. I had the
Not
laugh track.
again, Seward. You silly Billy.
Silly Seward.
Silly Seward. Oh, you.
Sigma Seward.
Sigma Seward.
What?
But what was I saying? What oh yeah, I was just looking at the map. Did you put that on? I'm not looking at the podcast because
I'm
it
in the
echoes
process
out.
of putting it on.
Okay, thank you. I love you. Wow.
So, I there you go. Okay, so it's on. It's on the screen now. You can see it now.
Okay.
Pussy!
You saw nothing else.
Okay, cool. Was there something else there, Perry? Was there something else there?
No, there wasn't.
Well. So, second day we were there, probably no, the third day we were there, third or fourth day we were there, I forget which. We were supposed to take a big tour bus into Denali National Park and drive around there, right?
Yeah.
But instead of that, so we got up at 5 in the morning. We got up at 5, probably earlier than 5 in the morning. We got up earlier than 5 in the morning, and we
You seem to be going quiet a lot. Is it the workers back and they're trying to get you out of the oil pipeline?
Yeah, there are people here asking me to get away. I'm gonna. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm trying to pay attention. It's hard. But we drove. It was about a half an hour drive to where we had to go from the hotel, and we drove for about 20 minutes, and we had to get there by like, I don't know, 6, and we left at like 5:30, so there wasn't really time to make too many mistakes. Drove 20 minutes, realized, um, oh, why are the mile markers going different, going the other way? Because I'll explain that in a minute. That's funny. That shouldn't be going that way. Drive another 5 minutes. We're going the wrong way. We're going the wrong way. No. And
How long were you
this was
going the long? How long were you? How long were you going the long? The wrong? How long were you going the wrong way? There we go. I can speak English now.
Good. I'm glad. Well, 20 minutes, which means we did not get there in time. We missed our bus, but I had a beautiful day of hiking in Denali,
Okay.
which was very nice.
So I see in like the map you sent that you just kind of were barely in the Arctic Circle. Like you just kind of
Yeah,
passed it.
because we didn't drive too far in. We didn't go very far because it was a 5-hour drive and we wanted to get back not at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
We left early in the morning to get there and got back
There's just
at like
there's
8-ish.
some place in like the south of Alaska. It's called Homo.
Yeah, Homer. That's in the. Well, I don't know why it's not marked. Oh no, it is marked. It's just in the wrong place. It's that dot on the end of the Kenai Peninsula.
Okay.
And where it's out in the ocean by the Kenai Peninsula, that's where I went fishing.
And I heard you got a big fish. You know, like a big.
I did. Can you put that picture on the podcast?
No.
Why not?
I guess I could. Just send it me. Why you? As long
That's
as you're
not the one I
talking,
want.
of course.
Yeah, sure. Let me find that. But yeah, so I had a beautiful day of hiking. Yeah, it was fantastic. Denali, we go from Denali. We went to. Oh, I was gonna explain mile markers. So because Alaska has so few roads, it functions a lot differently from the highway system in the U.S.
Mainland US. Well,
Well, the rest of the U.S. From there are 30 odd main highways, and they all have numbers. They're mile markers, and they go in different directions. So if you're on a certain highway, you can say, "Oh, I need to get to this point on this highway, turn onto this highway, go for another 200 miles, and then I'll be at my destination because there's nothing in Alaska." Who joined?
what?
Oh, that was Tree Bean joined. There's a picture of me with big fish, by the way.
Yeah, I covered it over your icon.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's gonna
Thank
be
you.
there forever.
Gonna be there forever. Okay. But yeah, so basically we had a book with us, which was a lifesaver, that listed all the the highways and a couple of the offshoots that they're of, but yeah, it said of all the things along the highway, because there's not much along most of the highways, listed the things in the towns that you would pass. I and I need to tell more stories about the going up to the Arctic Circle, because there was something big I didn't mention. So, first of all, we almost went to the wrong place. We almost went to the city of Circle, which is a city in Alaska, which is not quite at the Arctic Circle, but in a different
I
direction.
assume
It
it's
would have
pretty
been
bad
closer
to
to
go like the
Canada.
wrong direction in Alaskan roads because they're bad. So then,
Well, the northern ones are bad. The ones like north and east are bad. In the main, like, if you take like a triangle from Anchorage, Seward, Valdez, and up to like Denali, that's all good. I know that's not a triangle, but like
yeah,
probably about that circle if you cut on the is that the Yukon River? The Copper River. If you cut on the Copper River and take everything below that, that's probably good roads.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so we were on our way. We almost went to the wrong way, but we fixed that luckily because I was looking at the milepost, which is what the book was called. And I so we didn't have an awful lot of gas. We had enough to get us 200 miles, right? And which, by lower 48 state standards, that's pretty good. By Alaska standards, that's like not good. So we were driving for a while, and then we realized we wouldn't be able to make it there with the gas we had. And since it's Alaska, the nearest gas station was, I have to think, just from the pipeline. We should have. You're right. But it was all the way up by the Yukon River, and there was a stop there, and that was exactly at the point of no return. So if we ran out of gas there, we were screwed. Pretty much, we wouldn't be able to quite make it home. Um, so we had to hope that it was open. If we got there and it wasn't open, or they were out of gas or something, because it wasn't like they drilled into the ground. It was just a big tank of gas with stickers all over it. Um, yeah. If they didn't have gas, we would have been a little screwed, just a little. Been stuck in northern Alaska forever and ever and ever and ever. Amen. What movie?
Oh damn! I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I had myself muted on the OBS for a little while.
Well, luckily I was the one telling the story, so.
Yeah. Anyways, what I meant to say is that there was this movie. It was like Tom Hanks in the Stranded Island with this like it's a famous movie. It's with this volleyball friend named Wilson. And I was thinking,
I
what if
say.
it's like that but in Alaska?
Damn.
So should we move on to something else? Cause we've been on Alaska for
Sure,
quite a while.
we have.
Yeah. I
I
guess.
you talk about one of your vacations.
Yeah, I guess you're talking about. Oh yeah, the Mega Notes in the chat. Castaway.
You
Castaway,
can
but in
send,
Alaska.
of course, the Mega Nerd knows. You can send the maps to the chat, or not to the chat, to the podcast, because we made maps showing where we've both been.
Yeah, well, let's go over that after I tell my time in Boston. So
Oh, you already told about your time in Boston.
I didn't explain it all. There's some more. So, anyways, I specifically remember there was this Chinese restaurant. And it was bad. It was
It was bad.
it was not good. At the service, it was
Oh
quite a
no.
while. I specifically remember there's a table across. I was like, hey, do you want some of our food? Like that's how long the service was.
Hey, hey there. We noticed you were sitting in our restaurant with the menus out.
Yeah,
Any chance you want some food?
I think that was after like 10 minutes maybe.
Jesus, that's not great.
Yeah, as well as like I don't even think the food is like fresh. I'm gonna go Gordon Ramsay's kitchen nightmare stuff, but like uh, the dumplings, and they didn't even call it dumplings. They called it Beijing ravioli. That's what they called the dumplings.
You're kidding, really?
Yeah, they called it Beijing
Oh
ravioli.
my god. I love that. That's amazing.
And it was
Beijing
so cool.
ravioli.
It was clearly like microwaved or something, cause like the meat inside of it, it was like condensed together in like this kind of ball shape. It wasn't like spread out. I'm not
That's
exactly
amazing.
the dumpling. I mean Beijing ravioli expert, but I don't think Beijing raviolis are supposed to look like that.
We should ask the Beijing ravioli expert.
Yeah.
You know, I can pretend to be a Beijing ravioli
Also,
expert.
I remember like the restaurant was playing songs, like it was like popular songs, but it was someone else covering it.
Is
I,
someone else what?
It was like
Covering the song?
yeah, it was someone else just like covering popular songs. It's not like live singing, but it was just some other voice, not the actual person that made the song. So like example, you would hear like a Olivia Rodrigo, because that's a famous person right now. I'm hip with the kids, right?
You
Yeah,
are.
I don't even think any of the songs are playing there, but like you would hear that, but it was not Olivia Rodrigo singing it. It was like just some random girl that no one knows about.
Or it was Jeff Goldblum singing.
I thought you were gonna say Jeff Bezos.
No, it's Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Bezos just does a random covers for like this one bad Chinese restaurant in like Cape Cod.
I want some billionaire to do that.
Yeah,
Just
I
you're
mean,
going to a random bad restaurant in downtown some city
it's not even downtown. It's like Cape Cod. It's like beaches. It's not really downtown.
in some city in America, and you just walk in there, and it's just Jeff Bezos covering pop songs.
It's not like
That's
live. It's not like the live though. It's just fun like this. I guess this like kind of radio chatting style thing. And also,
What if it was live? That would be even better. He just has a room in his house where he streams himself to
Yeah.
one restaurant in Iowa singing pop songs.
yeah,
Jeff Bezos conspiracy theories.
and speaking of like streaming, there's also this TV here, and it was showing the news. But thing was, it was on mute, right? But they didn't turn on the caption, so you have to just kind of infer what they're talking about.
This is amazing. So were you like watching?
I was kind of
Reminds me
watching
of that one Simpsons joke. It was the lawyer, the bad lawyer, right?
Yeah.
He said someone asked him if he was a real lawyer, and he said, "Well, Judge Judy was on in the bar last night. The sound wasn't on, but I think I got the gist of it." And yeah, that's what that reminds me of.
Yeah. Yeah, I pretty much became a news reporter after the experience. I'm on all of the news. I started my own news station, the Parry Newscast.
Parry Newscast. Can we do that? Can we make a news, and it's like a parody of the news?
Maybe
You just take a
one day.
random.
But I'm not talking about news right now. Unless this traveling stuff is news to you, like it's like those like companies, who's just trying to find news and anything. Oh my goodness, Mangus everyone went to Alaska, really?
The BuzzFeed.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. The only good thing about it was that like the restaurant like looked good in terms of, like the style of it.
Yeah. So what was the style of it? Was it just typical Chinese restaurant?
Yeah, and like, the lanterns, the lights and stuff. There, it's like, I can't explain it because I don't know the words for it. I'm quite stupid. But it looked
Describe
like
it with different words.
Sensei Wu the hat Sensei Wu wears, if you know what I'm talking about. And it's cool. It's cool. It looks cool.
Why does my computer say that the moon's out? It's giving me the weather and saying the moon's out.
I think it is. Look out your
Okay, but
window.
anyway. Oh!
And also, there was this. I have to say, going to Cape Cod and being at the Mexican restaurants there, it made me love fish tacos. Now I love fish tacos. Before I didn't
Fish
really like
tacos
them,
are good.
but now I love them.
But anyway, I forget what I was gonna say. I was gonna say about the decorations. Did it look like they just Googled Oriental wallpaper and ordered that?
No, it actually looked kind of decent. They even had an aquarium too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but Chinese restaurants just have the best decoration.
Yeah.
Just like they tend to do the most with the decoration. Actually, no.
I'd say
Mexican restaurants do a lot too.
Yeah, they have
Like-
this. Some Mexican restaurants have this like kind of on it. It's this deep. It's like everything is painted. I'm not exactly sure how to
I
describe
know
it.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Chinese restaurants.
and then
I
there's
Yeah,
the
continue.
McDonald's, which
You went to a McDonald's?
yeah,
No.
Yeah, it's
That's
true.
that's what was I gonna say? That is it's exotic. It's Boston. Do you have anything Boston-y, like a Boston cream pie donut?
No, there
What the hell is
was.
wrong with you? Why didn't you?
I was in Cape Cod, not the downtown Boston area. So maybe
Did you
they.
have a red sock?
But
Did did you have beans?
I
Did
think
you have chowder?
I ate beans. I think
Say chowder.
chowder. And speaking of chowder, there was the JFK museum there, because JFK was born there, in like Massachusetts, and they do the like presidential
Oh
museums and
no, I
stuff.
really couldn't tell based on his voice. Oh, that wasn't JFK. That was not JFK. I am a boss down here. I don't know why my voice. I don't want to do JFK right
I
now for
think
some
that sounds
reason.
like the mayor from The Simpsons. I think.
Because they're based off of JFK. Their
Yeah,
family's based off of JFK.
he
Or
is
the Kennedys.
JFK.
That the one voice I was doing earlier, the say chowder, that was his nephew in The Simpsons. Another Simpsons reference. You can tell I watched
Yeah,
that when I was a young lad.
yeah. Also, like the JFK museum is quite kind of smaller though than I thought it would be. And also, there's like at like the, I guess the JFK merch store in the museum.
JFK merch store.
Yeah, there's for some reason
Don't
just
forget to. I was gonna make an
there was
awful
like
joke.
there was like a pin, and it was like of this
You
Indian
know
prime
what?
minister. I think they're significant, but I don't know why they just have a
You.
pin of an Indian prime minister in like a JFK museum. That's just
I was gonna make. Should I make my awful joke, Parry? I don't think it's bannable. It's just.
well. Let me explain
Yeah.
the pin story more first.
Okay. Let's explain your pin
And the
story,
thing
and
was,
then I'll
the
make
prime
my
minister
awful joke.
wasn't even the Indian prime minister wasn't even prime minister during the time JFK was president or anything. It was like in the 80s or 70s. So they just had this random pin of this Indian prime minister, which had some significance in India, I think. But they just had it there in the JFK
Mm-hmm.
museum. It's like if they put like a pin of Cleopatra. Like, I mean,
I mean, that makes sense canonically in the Clone High universe.
oh yeah, Clone High. You think JFK voices his
Did you
own
go to
character?
Clone High? Did you go to Clone High?
Do you think JFK voices his own character?
Perry?
Yeah,
Did you go to Clone High?
yeah.
Perry? Did you go to Clone
I
High?
said yeah.
Ooh. Okay, can I come?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, I had something else. Oh yeah, my awful joke. I was gonna say, speaking of JFK merch, don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you shoot that like button in the head. I told you. I told you it was awful.
It wasn't
Um,
that bad as I was
but
expected.
I know it could have been worse. But imagine if JFK was a YouTuber. I feel like he would make a good
Well,
one.
how would you know I'm
Just
not JFK? You don't have any evidence that I'm not that I
I've
am
never
not JFK.
I've never seen you and JFK in the same room.
Well, let's
Oh
ignore
my
that theory
God.
for now.
No. We're getting on this. We are getting
No,
on. We are
it's
talking
kind of we're
about
talking about travel.
Parajot. Perry,
Yeah.
tell me, have you
Let's
ever
continue with the podcast.
have you ever eaten beans?
I ate Mexican beans, like black beans.
Because you are you perhaps
What?
John? It's Gerald Kennedy. That's his middle name, right? Fitzgerald. I feel like that's right.
Are you talking about JFK?
Yeah, is his middle name Fitzgerald?
Yeah. I thought you said. Yeah, I thought you just said Gerald. And it's like it's JFK. It's not JGK.
John Gerald Kennedy. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
So let's continue with the podcast.
Yes. Tell me about when you went to places in Asia.
Oh yeah, I think we should bring up the world map now, right?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so here's where we've been to. The purple is where, like, me and Mingus have been to. The blue is where Mingus has been to, and the red is where I've been to. And the lighter purple
Keep
is
in mind,
where we might have been to, which is Canada. We might have been to Canada. We might have not.
I believe that that Alaska, I believe it said it's purple, right? Just because
Yeah,
it's part of the states. Perry has not been there, just to confirm. He
yeah,
has not, as far as I know, right, Perry?
yeah. That will show up as a specific states map later.
Mm-hmm.
But
We have a states
anyways,
map.
yeah. So I've been in
Hmm.
like more Asian countries, mostly too. Like I've been in Dubai, and I just say Dubai, not the United Arab Emirates, because I was just in Dubai. I didn't. It's not like I just traveled throughout the United Arab Emirates.
I have,
And for
I
Bangladesh,
have.
I went there because
Oop.
that's my ethnicity and stuff, and my parents came there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think
Tell me about that. What did you do? How old were you?
this was like in 2019. So both
Oh,
of
so pretty
yeah,
recently.
both
Didn't
trips are in
realize.
2019 because like with Dubai, that's like the midway stop. So if you're flying from the JFK airport here, it seems kind of coincidental talking about that since we were just talking about JFK. If you fly from there, you go and try to go to Bangladesh, you have to stop at Dubai, and then you go travel to like Bangladesh, and then yeah.
That seems like two long flights. How long were both those flights?
Well, I think the one from JFK to Dubai it was at least 10 hours, and the one from like Dubai to Dhaka, which is the capital of Bangladesh, is like four hours,
What's the
five
capital?
hours.
Could you
Cause
repeat what the capital was?
Dhaka of
Dhaka. Okay,
Bangladesh.
I think you might have just keep click it up. Click it up. Yeah, I don't know why I don't want to talk today. I think you might have just clipped out.
Yeah.
Okay.
As well as Mingus told me before actually I think Mingus can explain this if he has a voice. He has a voice.
I do have a
Let
voice.
Mingus speak. I say. Let
What do you want me to
Mingus
speak?
about your
Woof,
times in
woof.
like the blue countries, you know?
Oh yeah. So I have been to Spain. I've been to Italy. I went to Italy in
In
2015, I think.
1957.
I went to Italy in 1957. That is all.
Yeah.
No, I went to Italy in 2015 with my family on my mom's side. We first landed in, or I forget where we landed, but we went to first. Where was it? It was southern Italy. All of it was southern Italy.
Wasn't
Furthest
it
north I
in
went was
the
Rome.
Fair of Venice or something?
I did not go to Venice.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, the Carnival of Venice is what you're talking about. But
Yeah.
no, I did not go to that right now. Um, but okay, so funny story about Italy. I don't remember an awful lot, but I remember going to Amalfi, which is on one of the coasts. I forget which coast. It was on one of the southern coasts, I think. One of the 4 points on the
Pussy!
or the four coasts, because it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm miming it.
Yeah.
Those were the worst roads I have ever been on. Like, they weren't quality wise, they weren't awful because they were pretty smooth. But so I thank God was not old enough to drive back then. My dad was driving, and it was on the edge of a 200-foot cliff. There were no guardrails, and it was barely skinny enough to let two cars pass. And you had to get really close to the other cars. It was terrifying driving on
Yeah.
there. You could like look out the window and see to your death. But Amalfi was beautiful, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
Google where that is.
I'm
'Cause I
gonna
don't know.
talk about European worlds or just this other
Okay.
worlds for a moment because I know some things about that. So basically, most of the worlds in Europe, like highways and stuff, and normal worlds too, are based off like the Roman roads all the way back then. So that's why they're skinny, unlike American and Canadian roads, which are based off cars. Photo proof why Europe needs to be invaded by me. I'll make the roads bigger, like they should be. Might demolish a house or two, but it's okay. And yeah, as well as I've heard of the like road by like the mountain edge with no railings in other places. Like
Oh, okay. So I need to explain where Amalfi is real quick. It is on the southern side of the boot, not on the heel or the toe, which I
what
thought it was,
Malta?
but it's Amalfi.
Oh,
Amalfi. And it's like up on the boot about even with where the little point opposite it is jutting out, which is the national park of Gargano. About opposite that, there's a little peninsula. Amalfi's on there. So that just to explain. But continue your story, Perry.
yeah. So there's just small worlds in general, in, like Europe and other places. While America and Canada, maybe like other places too. Possibly may have just like bigger worlds. Cause I think
Mm.
that's America and Canada is the only place I recall having actual like bigger worlds for cults and stuff.
It's old, I think.
Like our
There
world,
wasn't really a need for huge roads
yeah,
in
there weren't exactly cars
in
back in
old
the day
Europe.
in like ancient times. I mean,
They just drove around their Flintstones mobiles with the
yeah,
stone wheels. That and
it's like a Flintstone. Yeah,
it's like a Flintstone.
yeah.
Parry 2021. It's like a Flintstone.
When you said Flintstone earlier, I thought you said like Flint Steel, like from Minecraft.
But that was one of the things about Alaska. There was no one there. You saw no other cars. The roads were god awful.
Yeah, and I
The
think
car had, I swear, at least a centimeter of dirt on it, like covering the entire thing after we were done driving on the Dalton Highway.
yeah, and I think like the world only, but like besides the pipeline, so like the trucks could access it easily.
Yeah, that's why it's there.
Yeah,
Or that that's the main reason why it's there. So because they have to check up on it every day because it's
yeah,
so important to the economy.
yeah, and
Because if it springs a leak, that is very bad.
yeah. As well as, so should I continue my talk about like my trip in like
Uh,
Bangladesh?
hmm
Okay,
Pussy!
so uh, so my dad, I know my mom came from like I guess the more northern parts of Bangladesh. I'm not sure exactly which state or city, but it was north. While my dad came from the southern, by south I mean like pretty close to the coast, which is very hot. It's very hot in general. Imagine like it's kind of like
So are your parents immigrants?
yeah,
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were first generation or what.
yeah. I'm a swag
Mm.
generation, by the way. But anyways, it's
Yeah, yeah,
besides the
yeah, of
point.
course.
Um, so like yeah, we traveled like north and south, and the roads were also kind of bad. I'd say maybe even worse than Italy or even I well. Well, some of the roads are good, mainly around Dhaka, because that's like the main city. As well as it also drives on the left, kind of cringe. But that's besides the point. Um, yeah, and like we'd stop by like well, we'll pass by villages at least, which is kind of interesting. And
Hmm
it's not like I remember this one time where we did get stuck on a road, and it was like at night, so that's kind of the worst part. We got a little stuck,
Yeah.
but then there was this I guess stop, and it was like a museum, and we went through, which was nice. It was
What
cool.
was the museum about? Was it another JFK museum in Bangladesh?
I forgot it was something about history, but I forgot exactly.
I think that would be funny if there was a JFK museum in Bangladesh for. You know what? I'm gonna look up if there are any other JFK museums
Don't look
outside
up.
of the
Don't look
United
up.
States.
But
Don't look
anyways,
up?
yeah, we have to focus on the podcast. But
Oh, of course we do. Okay.
anyways, oh yeah, there's also like this thing, and this is in India too. It's like these little. Imagine like it's kind of like a little golf. Well, it's okay. So it's like a motorcycle, but then you have this like kind of whole carriage on it, which so it kind of makes it like a small
So
car.
a moped. So like a moped.
Uh, kind of. There's like a roof on it too. You know, it's so
Okay.
and that's kind of like the taxi though. You know, it's
I'm, I'm imagining a motorcycle just with like a fat ass.
what the hell?
Is that what this looks like?
No, it
Is
does
it a
not.
motorcycle with a fat ass, Perry?
No, it does not.
Are you sure?
I'll send you a picture of it after the podcast. But
Okay.
but anyways, yeah, we roll around there most of the time. We have to go to short places. When we had to go like longer trips, we had to go on like the on like a van or stuff and stuff. And I specifically remember that like I was staying at like someone's house in Bangladesh, and it was like nighttime. I decided to get up and walk, and I saw like this squirrel just go past. Cause in this house it was like a lot of wild animals are kind of around it and stuff, you know, cause the windows are open. So yeah, so there's just squirrel just walking through the house. I'm like, okay, and then there was also like one time I was just playing Minecraft, you know, on my tablet, and the place, and then this random like falcon bird or whatever just threw like a piece of like a chicken head into like my room and landed on the bed.
Why?
I don't know. I have to hunt that
Chicken head
falcon one
bed.
day because it disrespected the Parry. I can't do that.
Chicken head bed. Chicken head bed. Chicken head. Chicken head. Chicken head
Chicken
bed.
butt.
What?
I remember my sister would say, "Oh yeah, I could have easily just took that and like just threw it." And I was like, "No, you could not. You could not. You would be scared. You are not like that at all. You're nothing like that. And if you even if you did, you probably get a disease."
Maybe you got cursed by the chicken head or the hawk.
Or I didn't touch it.
Maybe the chicken head was a curse.
Also, like I just remember that Nickelodeon there was like it was like Indian, you know, and while Cartoon Network it was English, but like it was different. It only showed like what it mostly showed was like I think Predator and Prey cartoons like Tom and Jerry and stuff,
hmm
and it was older cartoons too. And then like I think at night as well as the morning it showed the more like recent cartoons like Teen Titans Go.
I'd imagine if they were showing a lot of cartoons like Tom and Jerry, that's probably maybe this is just a theory. Maybe because there was less talking, so they didn't have to do as much translating, which cost money.
Oh, that makes sense.
That would be my guess.
Yeah,
But yeah, that sounds cool. So you were there in 2019, you said?
yeah. I was there for like 2 weeks. As well as
I have
also
one more.
when you
Oh,
went to
continue.
sleep,
I will. Yeah.
when you went to like sleep, you had to put this like mosquito net. I think they may do this in Florida too, but you have to put this mosquito net up so the mosquitoes don't get
Florida is
you.
such a freak state.
Yeah,
Florida and California, freaks, and New Jersey. Anyway, I have one more trip to talk about. We got time, right? Been about an
yeah.
hour. Okay. How long has been the longest podcast so far? We might break that record.
2 hours. So I don't think we're gonna break it, but
Oh,
we may get
I don't think
close.
we're gonna break that record. Wow, I didn't know about that. Okay, so
Well, pretty much almost
I
an hour.
in 2019, I think I can double check. It was either 2018 or 2019. I went to Spain with to visit my mom's host family from when she was an exchange student in southern Spain. We went to Cadiz, and I'm not wearing my Sevilla shirt, but I got a Sevilla shirt in this isn't this isn't Spain, right? This is not. So yeah, it was 2018, I think.
Pussy!
No, that's 2017, 2018, and no, yeah, was it 2019? I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. España, España, España. Anyway, doesn't matter. 2019. I'm just gonna announce summer of 2019, and it was amazing there. It was beautiful. I think I'm going back for a year to stay with the same family, just a generation down. Summer or for a year in between high school and
Didn't
college,
you
which
say?
I'm very excited for.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you say you're gonna be exchange student there or something. Well,
yeah, I am. With their kid who is going to replace me in this family. So he will be the new George. He will have to take up trumpet and everything.
he's gonna have to
And
come onto the
piano.
podcast.
He will. What's his name? It's I think he's Guillermo, if I remember correctly. We're going to have Guillermo on the podcast. I have no way of contacting him. But
I'm gonna
maybe
need to go like AFK for a
yeah.
bit. So can you continue your story? I'm
Oh,
gonna.
I can continue my story. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have a story, but I can make up stories. Or I can think of a story. So basically, um yeah, Spain was amazing. When we were there, we stayed in the. Did we stay in the same place the whole time? I'm trying to think. We were in Cadiz. We landed in Madrid, I think there was a in Madrid there was a ham museum which we didn't go to because we didn't have time. We had to go, but I wanted to go into the ham museum, the Museo de Jamón. I wanted to go there because it looked very good, and I love the food there. The food in Spain was incredible. I would go back just for the food. I would go back for everything, but if I had to go back for any one thing, it would be the food. The food is so good.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Everything. Oh yeah, the Spanish food is amazing. I didn't get any of that like North Spain stuff like paella. I think that's like northern coast. Which I wanted to try, but there was oh my god, I can remember the
There's this one
taste.
food in Spain. Yeah, it's called the McDonald's. Have you been there? McDonald's.
Oh, funny story about Spanish McDonald's. I didn't go, but I saw in the mid window they were selling macaroons at the Spanish
What
McDonald's.
is that?
It's those puff cookies, not really cookies, but like the puffy cookie thing with cream in the middle. Let me find a picture. I'll send it to you. But yeah, I'm sure everyone else knows
Oh,
what
I
I'm
think
talking
I
about.
maybe
Uh,
know, possibly. But yeah, anyways,
oh, macarons, not macaroons.
I heard that in, like McDonald's Spain they give beer.
I'm sure that's true. Because I mean it's Europe. They give beer everywhere in Europe.
Yeah.
But Perry, I'm about to send you pictures so you can see what I'm talking about. But anyway, about not about McDonald's, about Spain. There you go. It was it was amazing. I need to think. I don't have an awful lot of stories. Oh yeah, one story. One day we were on the beach. We had basically Spanish Pringles, but they no, not those. We had the best chips I've ever had. I
Really?
They were Lay's. They were Lay's chips, but they were flavor exclusive to Spain. They were sabor de jamón, which is ham flavor, which doesn't sound great, but it was amazing, man. I'm gonna see if I can find some after the podcast
You
and just
should give
order
some
it from
to me.
Spain.
Just like
It's probably yeah, I
right
would.
now.
It would probably cost like $30, but honestly, I might do that. That sounds so good. But anyway, that day we had some of those. We were on the beach, and I was going looking for seashells because I like doing that when I'm on the beach. And I found the coolest thing I've ever found on the beach. I have it right by me on my desk, right in front of me actually. First of all, which isn't the thing I'm talking about, I found a really pretty purple shell, and it's
Wow.
like not the normal purple that you see. It's like translucent purpley. It's amazing. It looks just like a spiral. I don't know what kind of shell it was. Not a spiral. It's cool. But anyway, the cool thing I found, it was a tooth, not a human tooth. Not I don't know if it was a shark tooth or a whale tooth or a dolphin tooth or what, but I'm gonna have to Google it or do some research because it does not look like a shark tooth. It does not look like a whale tooth. It is,
Pussy!
if anything, it looks like a living, like a land animal tooth, like a dog tooth. But I don't think so. I will send Perry a picture so you can see. Perry, you can put this on the podcast if you want, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I don't think it's worth it, but still very cool. So I found that, and then because it needs to be balanced out, it doesn't want to focus. Please focus. Then because it needs to be balanced out, I then stepped on a jellyfish, and it hurt so much. It was so painful because I was just sitting there in pain, eating sabor de jamon chips
You're like
and looking at my toothbrush, which
I'm gonna
sucked.
reenact it. You're like
Yeah, I was like,
I'm really curious what
oh,
that
cool
sounded
tooth.
like on the podcast.
That's
That
that's
was
what I don't think I was. I think I was bothering the people who were at the beach. Oh, another thing there. I didn't realize this, but like, when you're at the beach, it most of the women were topless, which I did not expect. I mean, like, nothing against it. It was just not something I didn't expect.
yeah. I heard
Definitely very different.
like the beaches in Europe, like the people can even be naked
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, because they're fancy over there in Europe, and people can
Yeah.
appreciate that.
So,
Yeah.
is that what you have for Spain?
I'm sure there's more. That's what I'm remembering though.
Alright, well, I have some things about Dubai, but I'm not as much
Mhm.
Bangladesh because I only stay for like a week. So in Dubai, there's Legoland. As well as, yeah, and due to the fact that not only was a work day, but also it's the summer, so it's really hot, so not a lot of tourists there, except for us. It was pretty much like barren, and like few guests. Of course, the downside was it was also very hot, so yeah, you couldn't exactly stay outside for too long.
Hmm.
A-
Yeah.
And
It sounds hot. I mean, it's like pretty close to the equator, isn't it? I'm not looking at the map right now. Let me look.
I
I know
don't
you
think
sent
it's
it.
close to the equator, but I think it's close to one of the tropic lines. You know what I mean?
It looks. I don't know. It's not super close to the equator, but yeah, it's pretty darn close.
Yeah, as well as it's a desert. You know.
Yeah.
I went up onto like the tallest tower in Dubai, with tallest tower in the world. And you just pop while
Have,
you're on the elevator while you're going up, so that's how tall it
jeez,
is.
that's crazy. How tall is it? Do you know?
It's taller than me, so that's all I know. That's all I can say.
And you are tall. You are like at least 5'4", right?
Yeah, I'm 5'5".
Yeah, so it's at least your height.
Well, not the
At
not the
least maybe might be a couple inches taller, I'd
yeah.
say.
But anyways, also like
So,
the hotel, the food,
mhm.
like the like restaurant was probably the best hotel food I ever had. Cause like
Oh
it kept
really?
on with people wanting to come back there. They had good margarita pizza. They had this good drink. They
Ooh,
had peaches in it, I think.
that sounds good.
Yeah, and it was really good.
We should go to Dubai vacation now.
Yeah, just why not? Why not on the podcast?
Right now, right now. All right, live from Dubai.
Hello.
It's Parry podcast live.
You're yelling like we're on like this back of the car and you're driving. There's just wind. I was expecting like a lot of wind sounds.
Yeah, I gotta blow the mic a little bit, like. That. Live from New York. It's Saturday Night Live. We're Saturday Night Live now. We're the new Saturday Night
Oh
Live.
no. Okay. So hey guys, Jimmy Kimmel here.
It's a Bronx show, but sure, we're Jimmy Kimmel. We are Jimmy Kimmel now.
Who's the host in Boris Johnson?
Boris, we have become the new host of Saturday Night Live,
Boris Johnson and
Boris
Jimmy Kimmel.
Johnson. Boris, dynamic duo. They've been friends for decades. So, I can't do a Boris Johnson voice. I can't do a Jimmy Kimmel voice because I don't know what Jimmy Kimmel sounds like. Uh, trust me, it would have been really funny if I could.
Yeah. But let's go back to where we live and continue the
Yeah.
podcast. Okay, we're
Okay,
back.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Yep, teleported.
I'm surprised they didn't take away your house while you left on the oil pipeline in Alaska.
Left. Oh no, because my family was staying here. I just escaped my family and lived in the pipeline in Alaska.
All right. So, what's your what do you consider your worst hotel experience?
Might have been in Alaska. We were staying since we were staying at a different place every single night. There was this one hotel in Palmer, I think, which is in between Anchorage and Seward. So, actually, it might be like east of Anchorage, and everyone was super nice, and it was amazing until we got to the room, which seemed good at first because it was pretty big. There was a nice bathroom. But then we went to go to sleep, and first of all, in Alaska, it's daylight pretty much year round.
Well,
Well,
in the
not
summer,
year
in the
round, but
summer.
pretty much 24 hours a day. So it was tough to fall asleep because we had like big shades on the window. We had to have big shades on the window to fall asleep because of the light. But that room, man, that was the hottest room I have ever been in. I swear to God, it was at least 90 degrees, and I was trying to sleep in it. It was.
That sounds
I tried to
horrible.
sleep on the floor, but it was like sleeping on like stone that had been out in the sun. That room was so hot. Oh my lord, above.
Did
It,
you manage to even sleep though?
I did somehow. It was not a pleasant sleep. I woke up feeling awful. It was
Yeah.
not fun. It was so hot though.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they went like.
maybe that.
I'm surprised even like. Why didn't like? Okay, so these people live in Alaska, like the coldest state ever, you know, and they think they'll be a little like not able to handle the hot as much as like us or even Florida people, but like they put that the temperature and they don't think that's wrong.
hmm I No, it wasn't like the thermostat was saying that. It was just really hot out, and the room was basically a greenhouse. I It was so hot. We opened the window because that was cooling it down. I don't know what was causing the hot air because again there was no AC, there was no heat, there was no anything that would have been. I It
That
just
sounds really
confused me.
that sounds really kind of funny. Like you had to open a window in Alaska to cool down your room.
Yeah, but it wasn't even that much colder. It was like 70 something, 78, 79 maybe, because that was a pretty hot day. It explains why the room's so hot. But
Yeah,
like, man, no AC was brutal there in that room.
I feel like no AC in Alaska though would just be super cold, not super hot.
Yeah, no, there was generally AC in most of the places we were staying at. Yeah, there
Yeah.
was. It was pretty good service all around. We went to this one place. Sorry, this is my last story because we gotta wrap up because it's been an hour and 15 minutes
Yeah.
since we started. But so we went to this one place, which I think my grandparents had been there before since they've been to Alaska a couple times, and the basically gimmick of the place, it was a big hotel, not a big hotel, but a relatively large hotel. Is most of it was inside a massive geodesic dome made of wood and glass,
Oh.
which was really cool. They were also
Pussy!
the one place that we saw in Alaska that had a piano that I could play, and I missed music so much, and it was so nice just to be able to
Yeah,
play it a
you
little
sent like
bit.
a video of yourself playing the piano thing or a picture at least to like the main
Oh no,
chat.
that was in. I didn't even talk about Muckluck Land. Okay, last story. That was the dome home was cool. It's called the Alaskan Dome Home. It's in I forget where it is, but you can look up Dome Home and it'll be that. But Muckluck Land was just the weirdest place I've ever been. There were 5 rooms. It was basically like a theme park with no theme, just full of a bunch of weird crap that some old man had collected over like his whole life, including a place just full of engines.
I thought you were gonna say including a
Five,
including a PlayStation.
including a PlayStation. Yeah, he had one of those weird things. There were 5 rooms full of dolls. You weren't allowed in. You had to look through a window. They were sitting on the floor. They were sitting on shelves covering the entire walls. I think there were some hanging from the ceiling. 5 of them. 5 freaking rooms full of dolls. It was scary as anything.
That sounds like a good horror game though.
Yeah, the
Like a
doll
horror
room.
game that
Doll room
Treben will
3.
record and play. Check out the Treben channel.
It was. But there was on the map, not in real life, on the map, there was a little rectangle that was labeled nothing, and I went there and there was nothing there. It was just a patch of grass. And I think that was funny. Actually I have the map right in front of me, on my desk. Let's take a look at it. What else was there? I gotta remind myself. There was
Imagine
nothing.
if
I
you're just
see
jump scared there, like not even like by someone, just this random like yo,
Wouldn't
I just want to see a
surprise.
jump scare, but there's no, it's like a video game jump scare.
There's Santa's rocket ship, which was basically a giant bus that looked like a rocket ship that was painted Christmas colors. Because I went to the North Pole, which was a town that was, I forget where it was. I remember I went there a couple times. I think in between Chino, which was the hot springs I went to, and Fairbanks.
Did you see any elves?
Elves?
Yeah, Santa's.
I didn't want to make fun of short people, but I saw some elves.
Oh, okay. Did you
There's
see
a
Santa?
thing. No, I don't
Oh,
want to make fun of fat people either. There was there was a giant. There's a thing on the map labeled Big Mosquito, and it holds the Guinness World Record for the world's biggest mosquito, and it's like 4 feet long. It's just a
what?
model of mosquito. When I went there, it was cheap as anything to go. I paid $1.50 for entrance, and I got 4 free skee ball games, which
Wow.
is usually about $1. It's a cheap, which is at the minimum. So I might have made money doing this, depending on where you're playing skee ball.
Money mindset.
But
Mosquito.
money mindset. I have no idea how this is a sustainable business model. I loved it there, so I bought a T-shirt, which gave them like $15-$20.
Yeah.
There was
I don't know. Maybe it just has something to do with the Alaskan inflation, you know?
yeah, maybe gas was expensive up there.
Yeah. Uh,
Um,
so you want to move on to the next and last topic?
what was the last topic?
It's not. It's kind of just because I didn't get to show the United States map of where we've been. So the purple is where we both
Oh,
been,
okay.
and the blue is where
Mhm.
Mingus has been. I have not been in the state Mingus has not been in,
Mhm.
and Mingus may have been in Maine, and
I'm going
Michigan.
to Maine in August.
Yeah.
If not, so I'm just gonna write that down.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
as you see, I've been mostly hanging out in the Northeast, except for like California, which I went there in, like for my 7th birthday,
Mhm.
and yeah,
Was it for your birthday, or were you just there on your birthday? Because wait, hold on.
it was for my
I think
birthday.
I think my brother went there coincidentally on his 5th birthday. We were just there for my dad was going on a business trip to San Francisco, and we went there, and it just so happened to be my brother's birthday because his birthday is usually on Memorial Weekend or around that because it's 23rd of May.
Yeah. Well, I just
So
went there
yeah,
to like um, cause of my birthday. So yeah, we went to Disneyland,
oh, that sounds fun.
and yeah, that's pretty much it. I wanted to go to someplace. I wanted to go to the Cars place because from 2006 to 2012, I was obsessed with the movie Cars, the Cars franchise.
It
That's
wasn't
almost
even a franchise yet. There was just one.
no, there was two because there was Cars 2
Oh,
came out in
were?
like 2011.
Well, I mean, oh yeah, I was thinking 2006 for some reason.
Yeah.
Even though you would have been, 1 year old there.
I remember I was a fan of like the movie, like the franchise, even though I didn't see the movie until much later. Like, I
Mhm.
specifically remember I watched the like the behind the scenes kind of thing first of like the director explaining his vision before I watched the movie.
That sounds like a very Perry thing to do.
Yeah. Um. And now, damn, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I think we should probably wrap things up.
I had one more thing to say. I swear I had one more thing to say.
It was about how California is the worst state ever, just for no reason. Well, next to no reason.
I don't think I
California
need to
sucks.
explain that to Perry viewers, but um, I just, oh yeah, I remember it now. So after the vacation, I was planning on like fully transfer to the non-special class I, cause I was in a special class, like special kids class for like a little while until like after the
Is it because you're the swaggest?
yeah. And no one ever, and the
Okay.
thing is, no one ever explained to me if it was like a special kids, it was a special class, you know,
I mean, I
because
don't think they do. They do usually, but go on.
yeah, like my parents never explained it was, but then I just eventually came to that conclusion, like, hey, why was it? Hey, now I know why I was just in a separate class with like fewer students,
Mm.
and I remember
But
like
continue.
I remember before like we went to Disney, there was this thing where I would occasionally go to the actual class for like an hour or whatever. And I was
Hmm.
sad about that because there was this thing where if you write something down on like a notebook, you get a sticker but I wasn't able to get the sticker because I couldn't write down the thing because I had to go to that class. Oh my god, I'm so sad about to this
No, that's
day.
awful. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then after like we went to Disney, I was just fully transferred to the normal class.
Well, how old were you when that happened? Like you said, 7 or 6?
Well, yes. Well, I turned
7
7.
when you got back, 6 when you left. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's all we've got. Maybe we've got 1 hour 20 minutes.
That's pretty long. I think
Yeah.
that's the longest podcast I've been on. Because the 2-hour one was just with Tree Bean, correct?
Tree Bean. Then like I think Herb and the Mega Nerd should have at some point.
Mhm.
So
Guest appearance. All right.
yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Um. And one more tip: if you're traveling,
Yes.
do not bring pipe bombs. The locals do not like pipe bombs for some reason. Kind of cringe. But you just have to accept the facts. They do not like pipe bombs.
Yeah, it's not generally frowned upon to also assassinate military leaders. I would not recommend doing that.
Yeah,
I made that mistake once.
I made it
I
2 times. Well, I mean
shot Fidel Castro when I was passing Cuba. I killed Fidel Castro. It was me. I forget what he died of. Wasn't it natural causes? Wasn't he like 90 something?
I mean, they say natural causes, the Cuban government at least, but they don't want to admit that you killed him.
It was actually just me. I shot Fidel Castro from the cruise ship that I was on, which I didn't talk about, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, it wasn't
I just
like you just
Yeah.
perfectly aimed it, you know.
I'm just really a really good shot.
Yeah. So, anyways, I hope you enjoy this podcast and hood.